Most businesses don't break all at once. They drift. Quietly, incrementally, one small compromise at a time. Most businesses don't fail all at once. They drift. Quietly, incrementally, one small compromise at a time.
Welcome to Built to Carry, the podcast for business owners who have built successful businesses but find themselves carrying more of the weight than they ever expected. I'm Darren Cioffi. I'm a fractional CFO, business coach, entrepreneur, and business owner. For more than 30 years, I worked alongside business owners, helping them understand their numbers, improve profitability, strengthen cash flow, and build businesses that don't depend on them for every decision. Over those 30 years, I've learned something important. Most business problems aren't financial problems. The financial systems are usually just the first place they show up. The real issues are almost always structural. They're hidden in leadership. They're hidden in systems. They're hidden in decision-making. They're hidden in habits that have been repeated for years. Built to Carry is about helping you build a business strong enough to carry growth, carry change, carry challenges, and ultimately carry on without everything resting on your shoulders. Because your business should be built to carry you, not built to crush the owner. Now, let's get to today's episode. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the leaves and why success still feels heavy. Now, we've spent the last 5 episodes talking about roots, the trunk, financial structure, growth, the parts of the business most people never see. Today we're talking about the leaves, the visible part, the part everyone notices, the part that gets posted on social media, the part people admire, revenue, rewards, recognition, growth, success. From the outside, leaves tell the world a tree is healthy. But here's the thing. I worked with enough business owners to know that the appearance can be deceiving. Some of the most successful looking businesses I've ever seen were being held together by exhausted owners. And some of the happiest owners I've ever ran with, most people would consider just ordinary. That's because success and sustainability are not the same thing. And today I want to talk about that. See, over the years, I've had the same conversation hundreds of times. A business owner sits across from me and says, Darren, I don't understand. Things are better than they've ever been. We're making more money. We have more customers. We have more employees. So why am I more exhausted than ever? That's the question. Why does success sometimes feel heavier instead of lighter? Well, because most owners assume the goal is to build a successful business. What they don't realize is that success creates demands. And if the structure underneath isn't ready, success becomes another burden to carry. One of the things I love about trees is they tell the truth. Leaves may look beautiful. The tree may look healthy, but if the roots are weak, eventually the leaves will reveal it. Same thing happens in business. People see the office, the vehicles, the revenue, the growth, the awards, the success stories. What they don't see is the owner answering emails at midnight, the owner worrying about payroll, the owner carrying decisions nobody else will make. See, the owner who hasn't taken a real vacation in years. The leaves look healthy. The owner is exhausted. I've seen it more times than I can count. Here's something nobody tells you about growth. Success creates expectations. When you're starting out, people expect very little. Now they expect everything. Customers expect more. Employees expect more. Vendors expect more. Your family expects more. You expect more from yourself. Every level of success creates a new level of responsibility. And if you're not careful, you start carrying responsibilities that don't actually belong to you. You become responsible for everything. Everybody's happiness, everybody's problems, everybody's outcomes, and that's a dangerous place to live. I worked with clients years ago who had achieved almost everything he set out to accomplish. The company was profitable, the team was strong, revenue was growing, customers were loyal. From the outside, he was winning. Yet, every time we met, he looked miserable. Finally, I asked him, when was the last time you actually enjoyed this? He laughed. Not because it was funny, because he didn't have an answer. He had spent so many years chasing the next goal that he forgot to appreciate the one he had already reached. And I think a lot of business owners do that. We're always looking at the next mountain, the next target, the next level. And eventually we lose sight of why we started climbing in the first place. See, most owners have an arrival mindset. They tell themselves, when revenue reaches this number, things will be easier. When we hire this person, things are going to get easier. When we get this contract, things will be easier. When we move into that building, boy, it's going to get easier. Then they get there, and nothing changes. Why? Because success doesn't solve structural problems. It magnifies them. If you're overwhelmed now, you'll probably be overwhelmed at the next level. If you're the bottleneck now, you'll probably be the bottleneck at the next level. If you don't know how to let go now, growth won't magically teach you. That's why structure matters. Structure determines whether success feels rewarding or exhausting. Let's go back to the tree. Leaves have a purpose. They're supposed to capture energy. They're supposed to support growth. They're supposed to serve the tree. They're not supposed to drain it. The same thing should happen in business. Success should create options. It should create freedom. Success should create opportunities. And success should support your life, not consume it. If your success is making your life worse, something is out of balance. And usually the imbalance is structural. See, this is a tough conversation because a lot of owners don't just own a business, they become the business. Every success feels personal. Every failure feels personal. Every challenge feels personal. The business becomes their identity, and here's the problem. If your identity is tied entirely to your business, you'll never feel secure because businesses go through cycles. Markets change, customers change, economies change, growth changes. Your worth cannot depend on quarterly performance, and yet many owners unknowingly live that way. See, flying taught me something important. Pilots are trained to focus on process, not emotion. We don't get excited because we're climbing. We don't panic because we're descending. We follow the process. We monitor the instruments. We make corrections. Business owners need the same discipline. Because if your emotional state rises and falls with every business challenge, you'll burn yourself out. Eventually, you have to learn the difference between running the business and becoming consumed by it. Now, let's talk about what healthy success actually looks like. Healthy success isn't stress-free. Every business has challenges. Healthy success isn't easy. Growth requires effort. Healthy success isn't perfect. Problems still happen. Healthy success is sustainable. You can't take time off, or you can take time off. This business still functions. You can delegate decisions. The business still functions. You can step away from daily operations, and the business will still function. That's success. Not because revenue reached a certain number, because a business became strong enough to carry itself. Most business owners ask, how successful can this business become? I think there's a better question. How much of my life is this business supposed to consume? See, that's a harder question because eventually success isn't measured by revenue. It's measured by quality of life, freedom, impact, relationships, purpose, the ability to enjoy what you've built. If the business owns you, something has gone wrong. When people look at a tree, they notice the leaves. But the leaves aren't the point. The leaves are the result. The roots matter, the trunk matter, the branches matter, the structure matters. The leaves simply reveal what's happening underneath. Business works exactly the same way. Revenue is a result. Growth is a result. Profit is a result. Success is a result. The structure underneath determines whether those results can last. So here's my challenge for you this week. Ask yourself 3 questions. Am I enjoying the success I've created? What part of my business still feels heavier than it should? And if someone looked at my business from the outside, would they see the same reality I'm living every day? Because the leaves tell the story, but they don't tell the whole story. And the businesses that truly thrive aren't the ones with the biggest leaves. They're the ones with the strongest structure underneath. Next time, I'm going to bring everything together. The roots, the trunks, the branches, the leaves, and we're going to talk about the fruit, the outcomes, the legacy, and what it really means to build a business that was built to carry. I'm Darren Cioffi. Thank you for joining me on Built to Carry. And remember, drift is inevitable. Collapse is optional. I'll see you next time.
The bank says pressure, everybody's smiling, but the structure gets lesser. Payroll Friday, can't sleep Thursday night. Everybody needs answers and they're looking left and right. Every problem routes back to the same damn chair. Everybody says they got it till nobody's there. No alarms, no crash, just a slow pull off course. You don't notice drift till the weight gets worse. Built to carry. It doesn't look like danger, built to carry. Feels normal to the owner. One more fix, one more fire, one more late night while till the business owns the builder. Instead of getting stronger, instead of getting stronger. Cash moving fast, but the margin's getting thin. Growth covering weakness like paint over rusted tin. Meetings about systems, but nobody follows through. Everybody wants clarity, still depends on you. You built the machine, now the machine won't stop, and every small shortcut becomes another crack. Structure, not hustle.